Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Darrow here with another Options and Play video update. Definitely a focus of earnings season is what a stock is pricing in for the earnings release, right? So options, a lot of the game planning revolves around what is expected movement-wise, right? Because we want to figure out if the stock appears to be set up to beat that, right? To move more than what's expected, or maybe move less than expected, right? Think of it, if you follow sports, it's like the over and under, right? Like if there's like a number out there, then people will look at it and say, oh, I think the score is going to go well over. I think the score will go well under, right? So when when you look at a price to move for a stock when they're reported in earnings release, like a lot of the same logic applies. It's like, okay, for instance, like going into earnings this week, like we'll take a look at Facebook and we'll see like the stock pricing in, such and such. Like, does the setup appear that it could move more than that, or is it appear like it could move less than that, right? And like that's going to impact how people approach it. So, I know I talk about the price to move a lot. I haven't done a video showing exactly how you calculate that, and it's really straightforward. So I just wanted to walk through that quickly. Okay, so again, Facebook, big name, right? And as we get into like the week, there's gonna be a lot of attention. So people are gonna be curious to know like what is the option market expecting movement wise for Facebook this week, right? So very straightforward. The price to move is the at the money closest to expiration straddle. So Facebook has weeklies, right? February 4th is when the contracts expire. That's this week. So this is the closest to expiration, and with the stock trading at about 310, the at the money straddle is the 310. So this is the call side. So you can see trading for about 925. This is the put side trading for about 975. So give or take about 19, right? So it's 925 plus 975, and you get 19. Okay, so that's the quick way to calculate what the expected move is for a stock for the earnings this week. Obviously, Facebook reports Wednesday, so that means that there's going to be two full trading sessions after its earnings release. So some of that will be time value, but for the most part, you get the point, right? A stock's option chain for the week that it's expected to report earnings, most of the premium is going to be tied into the earnings release, right? So for this week, Facebook is pricing in a 19-point move. So what you need to weigh, right, when you're looking at the Facebook chart and the setup going into earnings is like, okay, do I think Facebook can move more than 19 points? Do I think Facebook can move less than 19 points, right? And if you're thinking about like a volatility straddle, that's how your mindset needs to go. If you're thinking about one direction, that changes it a little bit, but it's still worth knowing what the expected movement is, because to pay options, right, the stock is really going to have like a pretty significant move past 19 points. Otherwise, there's going to be a little bit more like of the premium burn. Okay, so um, calculating the price to move, very straightforward. Again, it's the closest to expiration at the money straddle. That'll give the idea of what is expected movement wise for earnings that week. And then if the stock reports earlier in the week, there's going to be a couple days of time value or a little bit extra time value. If it reports later in the week, then pretty much all of that option chain or all of the option premium is going to be built into the earnings release. Okay. So now you know. If you didn't, now you have that in your back pocket. So if you ever want to like check out what something's pricing in, even if it's not earnings related, right? Just for movement that week, now you know how to do it. So it's definitely one of those things where once you learn how to do it, you don't forget. It's great knowledge to have, even if you don't really trade options that frequently. It's nice to know if you're focused on underlying stock, just like what the expected movement is that week, and whether or not it's expected to be crazy or maybe not as crazy as you were anticipating, right? So it's always good to have more knowledge than less. All right. So I feel like it's going to be another busy week. Lots of earnings. There's going to be a lot of opportunities, and I'm looking forward to a busy few days. All right. So if you like this video and you're looking for more information on trading options into events, please follow up with the link in the description of the video for more information on options play. Have a great night. Stay well, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.